10 out of 10. What an amazing and beautiful work of art. I am Stretch Horizons, and I'm ready to review Arcane Season 2. See you in a minute. All right, everyone. As I said before, I'm Stretch Horizons, and I'm going to talk to you today about the second season of what is quite possibly my favorite Netflix show and what is easily one of the best shows that I've ever seen. So, Arcane Season 2 takes place after the events of the first season. And like the first season, it takes place in a fantasy world in a city state called Piltover, which has an undercity called Zaun. And it's about a group of people from the undercity and overcity whose paths cross as they grapple with threats at home and abroad, and discover a series of revelations about themselves and the people they love that recontextualizes their lives and pasts, not only with regards to their place in the world, but their place within the universe itself. It's a story about trauma and family and revolution, and quite a great one at that. I said that season one of Arcane was the best animated show since The Last Airbender, but as I've stated before, I think that season two elevates the show into what you might call a League of Legends, making it one of the best shows of all time. I don't want to give any spoilers, although I will include an after credits spoiler section, except to say that I cannot possibly recommend this show strongly enough. 10 out of 10 does not cut it. It does not come close. I'd say that this was a 20 out of 10. It's 9 episodes long, a little more than 8 hours. And as far as I know, it's one of the best pieces of art that's been released this year that you can hope to consume. So I definitely recommend this one if it's something that you have been interested in. There is no need to wonder if it's worth watching, except to say that you definitely do want to watch season one first, and that you're not going to be able to fully understand or appreciate without the first season. And the first season, in addition to being excellent, is even shorter. So there is no reason not to binge watch that one really quick, like take half an hour to emotionally process it, and then dive right into season two. Season two was amazing. The only cons I would add was that, like the first season, some of the music can be a little corny because it is theme centric music, but it's even worse integrated in season two than it was in season one. So if someone is dealing with a heavy responsibility, for instance, there will be a song. I think one is actually called Heavy is the Crown or something close to it, where they will say the words heavy is the crown, and just something along those lines pops up with a fair degree of frequency. But other than that, and the fact that the first few episodes, the first 4 episodes, I would say, can be a bit slow and confusing and ponderous, there's not too much negative to say about the show. It really does a lot interesting, tying into the lore and expanding the character arcs from the first season while introducing a lot of new lore and character arcs in its own right. So while I am sad that this is the last season of Arcane, I'm excited to see more League of Legends or League of Legends adjacent content, and I hope that we see these characters, even if it's in something like a fan fiction or a crossover going forward. And you better believe from me that I will have additional Arcane and League of Legends content for you going forward. So this was an absolutely fantastic one, and I highly recommend it. All right, cheers, and into the spoiler section. So just talking spoilers super quick, this was such a great show. I know it's a cliche to say that something is a roller coaster or that something was an emotional roller coaster, but I'm not kidding. This really was an emotional roller coaster, an emotional beatdown. You see how Vi gets when she's pummeling on someone. It was like that, but Arcane season 2 was pummeling my soul. Episode 6, I felt so bad for Powder slash Jinx, and just the whole story arc with Vander. It was a lot to deal with. I'd say that episode 7 was a nice emotional respite, and it was kind of good seeing this alternate universe. And I really like what they did with the character Echo of incorporating him. And for the record, I just like how they reinterpreted and incorporated all of the characters. I love the Doctor character, even though I also hate him. At the same time, I like the kind of sympathetic angle that they took. And it was great to see Savika. Who knew that I would actually like and root for Savika? But she did a great job in this season. And I liked how they let us see characters from the first season without like resurrecting all of them. I think it is good that Vander, as we knew him at least, stayed dead and didn't just come back as he normally was, even though it did hurt. And I think it's good that Soko stayed dead and just appeared in really unique ways sporadically throughout the show. So overall, just a fantastic show. And yeah, I really liked this one, and I hope that y'all liked it too. All right, share any thoughts you might have in the comments, and be safe. Bye bye.